defense first mentality?
It's been great. I feel like these last 20 games we're trying to gear up towards playoffs and start playing playoff hockey. So I think we're taking the right steps, and I think we can still be better, which is pretty cool. So just got to keep going.
I'm just looking at the first period, just Gaudreau having those two fights, especially in a tight game.
Yeah.
What does that do for you guys to kind of bring the energy to the bench?
It was crazy. It got everyone up for sure. He's so tough, and he's such a good player too. Like, he brings everything. So super valuable, and definitely happy to have him.
And for yourself, obviously clicking on the power play here lately, just for yourself on that play, just in the right position right now. How much are you kind of learning exactly the flow of that top unit?
Learning a lot pretty quickly. They're so smart. Coaching staff as well. They're a lot of help. We do a lot of video on what to expect, and that was one of the things coming in, that we had to be around the net for second chances, and that's what happened.
Bob, now tied for 10th all-time in NHL wins. Just being around him this year, just what have you learned from him? What's it like watching him both out there and just how he gets ready and gets prepared for games? Yeah,
you said it. His preparation is outstanding. Like, it's one thing I noticed right away coming in. He's so dialed in with everything, and his preparation is something that I took right away, that the best prepare to be the best. So he's so hard to score on in practice, so it's you can tell.
Obviously, Bob's had such a long, storied career. Still a long way to go, too.
Yeah.
As a young guy, do you just appreciate being a part of that journey?
Yeah, it's so fun. I look up to him every day for sure. Like I said, he's just so dialed in. So, his preparation's insane. So I definitely look up to him.
I think so. Your team was able to do that tonight against Columbus.
We had really good first two periods, and we know, like, last couple of games our third hasn't been that good. So we wanted to be a little better in the third. They had their push, obviously, but I think we did a lot better job in the third than previous games. So we're happy with that, and obviously it helps us to moving forward.
You and Rhino both have big nights. Just where's your chemistry at right now? Because it just seems like something maybe we've really never seen before with you guys.
Yeah, but we've been on the same team, on the same line for a long time, and obviously we think about the game the same way. And Rhino is a super smart player, so he adjusts to anything, and obviously having Hacks there, Verhage there, so it helps us a lot. Like, his speed and his skill set and the way he shoots the puck helps us a lot to play that type of game, and obviously playing with those two guys is a lot of fun.
Bob seems to get a milestone every couple weeks here, but now 10th all time in NHL wins. Just how much do you guys enjoy kind of celebrating Bob? Obviously, he's a humble guy himself.
Yeah, whenever he gets a shutout, somebody gets wine. So we like to do that and keep that going. So he's a great guy, great human being, and obviously doing amazing things in the net for us.
The power of the kill has been lights out since you guys came back from Four Nations. Just what have you liked about how you guys have been playing when you are man down?
Everyone's on the same page and doing the same job, and we know what to do out there and how to support each other. And obviously we're going against really good players, so we need to be smart and put the pressure when we can. And I think we've done a good job.
The power play was really clicking tonight, especially the last two games since moving Mackie up to the first unit. What have you guys been seeing out there from top power play unit there?
Yeah, we're moving puck really quick. We're attacking the net. I think we're pretty simple. Like, we're not looking for any special or interesting plays there. We just move the puck real quick and try to every chance we get to put it to the net. And obviously we have great guys there that can tip the puck or put it in.
Thank you.
Defense.
Yeah, I think we've been building toward it now for a solid month and a half. And having Seth there as a piece to that makes a big difference. So it puts Kulikov and Smith in a really good spot. But a lot of it was driven by our forwards. I thought for the first two they were pretty good, really good puck support and hunt backs and decisions with the puck. Played well.
Obviously, it's the fifth-ranked offense in the league coming into this game. Just how'd you guys handle that, especially in the second period? I think you only gave them 3 shots on goal.
Yeah, and they're dynamic and they're fast, and you have to be right on. Like, we worked hard tonight for this win. That wasn't easy. There was a lot of hard work that went into taking 2 feet ice away from a team that can be really dangerous off the rush, and you know, they don't play a BS game. They play an honest, hard game, and they got skill and they compete straight through the game. So I'm happy with the win. It was solid for us.
This team's got a lot of special duos, but Barkov and Reinhardt, just the chemistry just seems to be on another level right now.
Yeah, I mean, in all situations, shorthanded as well. They're so dangerous. I think we were able to get them a couple days off the ice for the first time since late January, where they hadn't either had to travel or do something. So try to build these guys some rest, but not necessarily think about resting them in games. We're running the bench to win these games.
And Bobrovsky now 10th in NHL.
Yeah,
in wins.
Tony Esposito.
Tony Esposito.
I gotta go talk to him about that. Like, Tony Esposito's from my hometown, and I wonder, like, he'd know the name, right? Because he'd know about him, right? He's a bit of a historian, but there'd be a whole bunch of guys in our room that wouldn't know that name particularly well. And that was when we were playing street hockey growing up. You're either Ken Dryden or you're Tony Esposito. That was the two, and Tony was from our time. So the guy who picked first always picked Tony. So that's a pretty good name.
The special teams, 3 power play goals last year. Seems
Yeah.
like PK's been basically lights out since you guys came back from the break.
PK's been really, really good. And we had 2 games, Edmonton and I think Calgary, where we didn't score on the power play, but it was right. Like, we were generating some pretty good chances. So a little different look with Samoskevich there. And I think you saw it. Like, I think Barkov and Reinhardt had to jump back in the legs, and I think you saw it on power play as well. Their puck recovery was just right on it. So it was good. I mean, we played well tonight. Deserved to win, I think.
Looking at Jonah's 2 fights, especially in a tight game early on, how much does that mean just to provide you guys with some energy there early?
Yeah, I keep it going. That second fight is 2 heavyweights. Like, there isn't anybody on either bench that wants to be involved in that fight, coaches included. That's impressive what he's willing to do for us.
Weird stuff has gone on in the penalty box over the years, but he was clipping his fingernails with a pair of scissors.
I think he was just taking out the split skin.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
so
was all that
he
was.
wouldn't have been doing his nails. There's no manicures in the.
No,
it's
he was using
a rule.
scissors. He
It's a
wasn't
league
a
rule.
manicure.
No, there would be some extra flayed skin off that, and he'd be just slicing it off. That's a whole different level of toughness. Yeah, that's a level of testosterone I'll never get to.
And going to, you got the trade deadline tomorrow. I mean, you guys have won 5 straight. I mean, first place in the division. You would have taken that if we told you that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, no, I like where our game's been for a month and a half. Whether you'd won 5 or lost 5, I don't think that changes what's Bill doing. He has such a keen eye of what we need, what we have. And I think he does a great job at projecting the young players in our American League system, the ones that we think maybe will play some games for the Panthers. And there's good players down there at some point, just won't fit based on what we have here. The window will close on them. So I don't go down. I go down there to say hi to the pro scouts, and I do my best not to get involved because I'll just mess stuff up.
And just in case we don't talk tomorrow, Nico, do you plan on him playing Saturday?
Well, we got to get him through the physical and all that stuff first. I'm going to hold off on that. I'll get him into practice tomorrow and make sure his body's good, and we'll see. We'll go from there. And I haven't talked to our guys about injuries today. Okay.
Speaking of fits, it seemed like, what are your impressions of Seth Jones now that he had a full practice in the result?
He and Mikkola are just starting to get to know each other. They can close the gap and go from backwards to forwards so quickly and so long. And Aaron's on a ripper on the power play, but that's also a place that he can help. He's definitely going to kill penalties for us with that range and that reach. But really what it means for Savannah Lefebvre is that you're not getting caught too much, right? You've got a pair. And I feel that way about Kulikov and Schmidt. So our back end is nice and solid right now, but Seth Jones is going to be a really good player here for a lot of years.
There were a couple plays there where his hockey IQ really kind of shined there. I mean, there was a specific play where he stopped
Right. And what he's doing right now, the next level for him is you're going to find him getting up into holes in the neutral zone and up the ice with the puck. He can go end to end, and he could from the time he was 18, 19 years old. We played him in 2018 in a 7-game series with Nashville out of Winnipeg, and by the end of that series, he was their best defenseman. He was just a kid. So I really like how respectful he's been. He's coming in trying to get the defensive parts dialed in, but he's still, at his core, he has the ability to get up the ice, move the puck, and create. But he's just a smart guy. He hasn't tried to show it or push it. He's trying to fit in with what we do and then build from there.
Thank you. Coach.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.